La da ya da, la da ya da, la da ya da, la da ya da. Hold on to my hand, yeah, yeah, la da ya da. Let's go to promised land, yeah, yeah, la da ya da. Hold it, baby, steady, we'll rush right into it. La da ya da. I'll make you a free man, yeah, yeah, la da ya da. Ooh. More than you will need, I promise, promise. I'm here to set you free from all that's happened. We'll bring you to your knees. I'll lift you up. Give your tears to me, and I'll drink them up. I promise, 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 promise. Promise, 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 promise you. I promise, 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 promise. To see through everything you do. La da ya da. La da ya da. Hold on to my hand, yeah, yeah, la da ya da. Let's go to promised land, oh yeah, 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 la da di da da. Ooh, the world it seems so cruel towards you, my darling. La da ya da. But they won't get a second chance. I'll help you fight 'em all. Hello, lovely people. We have now entered what is kind of my favorite part of doing these vlogs, which is talking to you guys. So today's episode in the world of Joell's music is about why I write what I write. The four W's of any songwriter's music. And today we are dissecting Promised Land. Now, if for those of you who have heard my album, you may notice that there is a continuity. That's a big word. Continuity rolls off the tongue. There's this continuity of what some have called religious themes. So I have a song called Promised Land. I have a song called Forbidden Fruit. I have a song called Rainbows and Sunshine. It's a reason for that. I grew up in a very religious home. Church was a big part of my upbringing, and so it only makes sense that that influence still come out of me even when I'm not attempting to. I was in a relationship, the same relationship that I was in when I wrote Love of You. So all of the songs that I have written or that I wrote on this album, I was in a relationship at the time when I wrote them, except for So Black. I believe I was probably in a relationship when I wrote So Black, but So Black just didn't have anything to do with the relationship. But just about every other song on the album does. that person that I was in a relationship with, I felt like was going through a lot. I felt like had already been through a lot. I could see pain in that person, a kind of brokenness in that person. And it was almost like I was trying so hard to love him and heal those areas that I felt that I could see were broken by pouring into him. And yeah, I felt like it was being blocked. It was almost like, dare I say, and this is just a theory, he's never actually said this, so let me put that out there, but I feel like he almost felt like he didn't deserve the love that I was trying to give him. To the point where I would give him compliments, and he would be mad at me for complimenting him. Like, how dare you say something good about me, and I'm like, but I mean it. Like, you did a great job of whatever. And so it was hard to see that and to try so hard to show somebody how great they are, and they just they just don't want no parts of that. Well, I start the verse with, hold on to my hand, let's go to promised land, hold it baby steady, we'll rush right into it, I'll make you a free man. And then I go on to the hook to say, I'm all that you will need, I promise, I'm here to set you free from all that's happened. Like, I literally felt that way. Like, I felt like I could heal this person, I could fix this person, I could be what this person needs, I could address their problems. What I ended up having to realize is, one, you can't, that's not my job. That wasn't my job to fix him or to heal him. And you can't get somebody to address something that they don't see themselves. So needless to say, it was a failed attempt. But I'm glad I got a great song out of it. And then the hook goes on to say, I'm all that you need, I promise, I'm here to set you free from all that's happened. I won't bring you to your knees, I'll lift you up. Give your tears to me and I'll drink them up. The reason why that phrase is so important to me is because I think in relationships, a lot of times people use people or take advantage of people. And I wanted to point out, I'm not here to use you or take advantage of you or intentionally hurt you. I'm here to uplift you. And so that goes back to the 4 W's of love of you, because I stated in that video how, a lot of times these days songs are cutting each other down. We're talking about, we're glorifying cheating on each other and using and abusing each other and treating women as objects and treating men as banks, and it's just like, I just kind of want to do the opposite of that. I want to bring love back into music. I want to bring adoration and admiration, and I want to, I really want to be with you instead of I want to treat you like shit. I'm not here to bring you to your knees. I'm here to lift you up. I'm not here to be your problem. I'm here to be your solution. When I say, give your tears to me and I'll drink them up, that's just me saying, lay your burdens on me. I know that sounds crazy. I was up for it. I was up for it. And so I wanted to sacrifice myself in order to make sure that person got what they needed. And I love playing with words. So, I mean, what better way to say, when you cry, give me those tears. I'll drink them, me personally, that line gives me chills. I say, the world, it seems so cruel towards you, my darling, but they won't get a second chance. I'll help you fight them. So that particular line, now that was not specifically speaking to the guy I was in a relationship with at the time. That was speaking to the plight of black men in general, black women and children. Since the song was about my boyfriend, then I spoke specifically about the plight of black men for this, and I mean that's just facts. And I'm making reference to how black men and black women, we need to come together in order to create a barrier of protection for ourselves, for our families, for just our race in general. I think a part of why we're struggling the way that we're struggling is because black families are so broken up and ripped apart. And it's my way of crying out and saying, hey, let's fight the power together. Let's reunite. Let's get back to being a unit, because two is so much better and so much stronger than one. And I think that's why we're under attack, or a part of the reason why we're so easily attacked is because our families are broken up. The second hook pretty much goes the same as the first, except at the end where I said in the first one, give your tears to me and I drink them up. This time I actually say, give your heart to me and I'll patch it up. And the reason for that is I'm speaking of a broken heart. I'm speaking of a heart that has scars and bullet wounds in it. A heart that's been through the fire. Through the fire, to the limit, to the wall. That I'm speaking to that heart when I say that and saying I'll patch it up. And that reference goes to the fact that and I literally have this image in my head of a heart, an actual human heart with patches sewn into it, fixing the broken and ripped and whole parts that have holes in it. And that references to the fact that my mom was a seamstress. She grew up making all her own clothes and can still do it to this day, and she's great at it. And so I guess I was just thinking about her when I wrote that line, like, you know what, a heart that's broken can be fixed, it can be patched up. Then the song goes on to say, you never met a girl like me before, and I promise you'll never meet another no more. So you better take this liberation while you can, because this is a one-way ticket to promised land. So of course I had to throw a little bit of me in there and saying, what I'm asking you to do and what I'm offering to you is not something that everybody is willing to offer. This is a unique opportunity that you need to take advantage of. Then when I say this is a one-way ticket to promised land, I thought that was very significant, because one way means you go there and you're not coming back. You don't have to go back to the life you lived. You don't have to go back to the pain, the sorrow, the frustration, the agony. This is a one-way ticket. If you embark on this journey with me, then we're going to go there and we're going to stay there. And that's a promise. I basically go back into the hook one last time. This time, instead of saying, give your tears to me and I'll drink them up, give your heart to me and I'll patch it up, I say, give yourself to me and let's become one. And so that kind of is a reference on marriage, and let's make this official. That's what I was saying. Let's make this official. And also going back to, this is what I think black men and black women need. We need to become one again. We need to rehabilitate the damage that has been done to our family unit. And the only way we can do that is to work with one another. We need to come together and sort through our differences instead of running from our differences. That's the gist of this whole song. It has a lot of double entendres involved. And then after I finished writing the song and was completely done with it, I had a huge epiphany about, and I know for a fact that God just dropped this into my spirit, that the same way I felt about that person in that moment was the exact same way that God feels about us. I promise you, as soon as I put the period on the last sentence of that song, that dropped into me like, wow, this is exactly how God feels about us. Every request that I'm making in this song is the same request that God is making of us. And so this song has just taken on, so many meaningful meanings to me. It has so much depth to me, and I think that's why people can relate to it, is because it can go so many different directions. So yes, that is my synopsis of Promised Land. And I hope you all enjoy the song. I hope it means as much to you as it does to me even now to this day. And I wrote that years ago. If you feel that way towards somebody, then share that song with them. It's on my album, which is out right now, May the Words of My Hands Dance. And I'll have a link to that song somewhere because it's also on YouTube, but it's on every other downloading and streaming platform. And, you know, if that's how you want somebody to know that you feel about them, send it to them. You know, it's a love letter, it's a gift card, and it's also a love song all wrapped in one. So, love y'all. I love y'all. Peace out.
You've never met a girl like me before, and I promise you'll never meet another no more. So you better take this liberation while you can, 'cause this is a one-way ticket to Promised Land. The more that you will need, I promise, I'm here to set you free from all that's happened. I won't bring you to your knees, I'll lift you up. Hey, give yourself to me, and let's become one. I promise. Yeah, see, I promise you. Yeah, I promise.